A puzzle is partially assembled.
The main reason why I did not reach out for help, I didn't think anybody would do anything because it didn't do anything right when it happened.
Part of a puzzle piece fades to black. In a photo, a woman with short red hair and glasses sits at a table. Titles: Laura Wright, U.S. Army, 1984 to 1997.
I had received a gymnastics scholarship to college, and I just quit one day because I had just gotten tired of gymnastics after doing it like my whole life. So I joined the military.
She smiles in uniform.
It was athletic. The rules were straightforward. I liked the inspections. I liked just everything about it.
Her military photo fades to water sparkling on a lake.
I was at Fort Gordon, Georgia, at this lake we used to go to. We would go out there, a lot of the people in training.
She looks out over water.
Everybody was leaving, and I had went to the bathroom or something. I came back and there was hardly nobody there.
She closes her eyes.
So get in the car with these three men.
A view passes trees.
But they don't go back to the base. They go down this really weird road right to the lake where the water is, and
clouds pass in fast motion.
That's where the incident happened.
The sparkling water blurs. Eyes closed behind sunglasses. Wright turns her face upward. Blurry water fades into an upward view of tree branches passing over.
I had to get back in the car with these people because I had no idea where I was at.
The branches and water images flash back and forth.
They stopped at a convenience store. When I got out, I went and told the clerk to call the police. And then they took off. So.
Clouds pass over the lake.
When I finally got back to the base, they took me to the hospital. I know my jaw was dislocated. They did the whole kit thing, and then they called the police.
The scene fades to black. Inside, her shadow in front of open blinds is cast on a wooden floor.
That next morning, the company commander was like, "Oh, we'll give you a 4-day pass and you just be back here ready to work on Tuesday." This is what women back then would receive for their trauma. A 4-day pass, be ready to work.
Without her glasses, she sits in a living room. The water sparkles again.
If you hadn't gotten that car, Laura, you'd be just fine.
The screen goes black. Puzzle pieces lie on a mat.
I started getting into drugs and alcohol when I got out of the military. I got married, and he was a great guy. I didn't tell my husband what happened.
She works on the puzzle.
It affected our whole intimate relationship because I would just flip out. So it was like, why are you acting like this? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know why. Just lying.
Her glasses on, she rests her chin on her hand as she studies the puzzle.
We split up about 5 years later.
The scene fades to black. Blue gas flames curl under a stove burner. The kettle sits on top.
I wanted to not have to remember and not have to yell at my child and not have to deal with anything.
Steam pours out.
I did some methamphetamines.
She leans on a kitchen counter.
But then that gets out of control.
In black and white, trees stand by the lake. Shadows move in darkness. Images of her in the kitchen flicker.
By the time that happened, I had lost everything. I was homeless. My son was with my parents.
She sits on a couch.
By October, I was in prison.
She looks out a large window. The puzzle pieces lie on the mat.
Finally, I got into the program, 30-day program.
Some pieces sit in a tray.
I got one-on-one treatment with CPT.
She adds a piece to the puzzle.
Talking to my therapist for the first time, I felt like somebody's finally listening. I felt like somebody cared finally. It was life-changing. After I figured out how hurt I was and how much I had stuffed things and how much I needed to just scream.
She adds another piece.
That release right there was very powerful, and it brought everything together. I thought it was my fault all these years, but I know now it's not my fault.
She adds another.
I lost like 50 pounds of madness. It happened, but it's okay.
With a finger, she fits another piece into a hole. She shops at an indoor flea market with a man.
All these years later, I did meet a man and get married. Married my best friend, and things are going well.
He holds her hand, which wears a ring. They smile with his arm around her.
I think now I don't have anything like eating away at my soul. I just feel more confident.
At home, she smiles as she leans against the railing of a second-floor landing.
I like myself now. I see myself as kind of crazy, very outspoken.
Sitting at a table, she talks with her husband, who laughs. They stand outside in front of the house.
I love myself. I love my life.
Credits: About Face and National Center for PTSD, Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder.